Check. Coach Charlie Biscaglia, St. Francis University was leading Central Connecticut State. So with your win today, and if that score holds up, you're all by yourself in the top spot of the Northeast Conference.
Yeah, just one game at a time. We really been focusing on how we can get better every game, and we knew this was a tough one. You had Central on Saturday. We had them today. Then you got to go to Bryan on Saturday. So you had two games there with teams that are right next to us in the conference with this game in the middle. So, we knew this was going to be a tough one. All our efforts all weekend on Sunday and today was to make sure we kept them focused enough to know that not to look past this game. They were going to run and jump us all around. And, whatever happens in the other games, we find out afterwards. But, I thought we did a good job of withstanding some runs that they made today and just staying focused on what we can control.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw Lou Madley here at the Sewell Center, and it seemed like she was finding her old form. She really, over the past two games, seems to have really rediscovered herself, and she is really what we saw in her freshman year.
You're right about that. Lou has been a kid that has shown the mental toughness that not many players will show. She had two ACLs on the same knee a year apart from each other, and it was going to be a process to get her back where she was confident again to go out there and play at the speed that she was comfortable playing at. She only knows that speed, and now that she's been more confident that way and she's got the confidence with us behind her, she knew that it was going to come, and I'm glad to see this happening now for her because it's been a lot of work, a lot of rehab, and such a sensational shooter. What a great touch that kid has, and it's great to see her now starting to light it up from out there because for a while there she was shooting at a tough percentage early on, and I think people wrote her off, and you cannot write that kid off. Not a kid that gone through two ACLs and still on the court today. That's a tough kid. She's going to come back.
Anna Nikki Stammelamprou was a little off her game today, but still was able to pull down a half a dozen rebounds and score 13 points.
Anna, one of those games, where she always thinks, I played terrible because she didn't shoot it well. She had some shots around the basket. She's been finishing. She missed today. It's just one of those days for her. But, for her to go further is to understand the positive. The positive is we got the W. The positive is she saw it press the whole game and she played the point. She only had 2 turnovers, and she handled the ball a lot. So, lot to take away from that, and that's what we're working on with her. We're asking these kids to grow up so fast. I mean, she's a sophomore, and we looked at her as one of the, the upperclassmen leaders, and she's just a sophomore. So we're asking them to grow up fast, and kids want to come to a place that they're going to play right away, but you got to grow up fast, and she's doing that. So, not the great shooting day for her today, but, she's starting to understand now. She did more than just shoot the ball. She distributed, she organized the team, and she made some great passes in the lane.
67-41, Robert Morris defeating the LIU Brooklyn Blackbirds with the win. The Colonials are now 12-2 atop the Northeast Conference. Coach Charlie, let's talk a bit about Michaela Mulrain and, more importantly, Jocelyn Jones. They're really a dangerous combination down underneath, and the way Jones can get to the basket is very impressive.
She got good body control. When she gets there, she's got to go up stronger, but she's got great ability to, she's skinny, and she slithers through small cracks. Once she gets to the rim now, we're working on finishing and going up strong, jump stopping once in a while. But, yeah, Jocelyn has a great talent, to get to the basket and slide through those cracks, like I said, and she has a great ability on defense to anticipate a pass and jump a gap. So she did a great job of that today again, and I was proud of her for growing up quickly and learning a zone defense because she was lost the first couple times we went over in practice, and she's growing up pretty quickly in that. So sometimes you pick up things fast, and sometimes it takes someone a while. She picked up that pretty fast, and today real good stat sheet. 5 for 10 from the floor, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. I thought that she really did a good job too at the end of the game of taking the game out of hand when we broke the press and then she attacked the rim like she did. I thought that was like, whoa. They weren't expecting us to continue to go forward, and she was going forward at the end. So Michaela Mulrain, her length really bothered them. 4 blocks, 4 blocks on the perimeter, and every one of them was on one of their shooters. So, you look at the stat and you go, well, they didn't shoot it well. They shot 37% from the game, 6 for 20 from 3. A lot of it had to do with our length on the perimeter when they tried to shoot it from the corner of the wing with Michaela coming out on him. So she really changed the game herself.
Talk about your team's intestinal fortitude. Let's use that as a word. Twice you saw a 14-point lead turn into a 3-point lead and storm back on both occasions.
Yeah, that was what we were worried about. That's where I think we prepared them. We knew this was a tough sandwich game in between two teams near us, and we had to make sure when they made their run that we had them mentally prepared to come back after that run. And that's what we worked on yesterday, and we worked on in the film sessions talking about how this team makes runs. They're a run team. They made a run at us back at LIU, even though we started off the game 20-2 or whatever it was. They made runs at us to cut it into, into the teens, and we had to withstand that. So we knew that coming in, and when it got down to 3, I think this team early in the season would have had a big problem with that. Youngstown, Xavier, games that we outplayed the team for 37, 36 minutes at least, and we wound up losing those in overtime because when they made their run, we didn't come back and fire back at them. We let our bodies and our emotions go down, and now I think we've grown up a lot since then. We're always, anybody can win the game when it gets that close, but I feel a lot more confident that our kids are going to push through that, like you said, and withstand the run and have that fortitude to say, hey, enough of this. Let's turn it back up a notch and do the things that got us to that lead.
Another game where you saw a huge lead dwindle all the way down to 1 point before ultimately winning the game was against Bryant. And you've got the Bulldogs this upcoming Saturday in a huge game that means a lot for the Northeast Conference regular season championship.
Yeah, Bryant's a tough team. There's a team right there that they play for 40, man. I mean, they're a 40-minute go-after-it team. And, she's got seniors on that team like their point guard, who, having a senior point guard, I always said is very important, So I saw that they had a close game on Saturday against the Mount, pulled that one out late, Mount was up late. They come back inside the last minute and win the game. So, there's a team right there that we expect a war, and we know it's going to be. So we got to go out there and we got to understand that it's not going to be just about shooting the ball out there. Of course, you shoot the ball well, it's going to give you a better chance of winning. But we got to get box outs. We got to get steals. We got to talk on defense. We got to push the ball well. We got to be ready to go through adversity. And that's going to be a tough environment out there. So this whole week, it's going to be get better, get to that game with a frame of mind to know that it's going to be 40 minutes of nonstop intensity. And like I said, we've been pushing through. So hopefully we'll continue on with that attitude.
Colonials Associate Head Coach Charlie Biscaglia, thanks a lot for your time. We'll talk to you a week from Saturday.
Thank you.
Again, the Colonials victorious 67-46 over the LIU Brooklyn Blackbirds. With the win, the Colonials are now 12-2 atop the Northeast Conference. We'll talk to you again on Saturday, February 28th, as the Colonials host in-state rival St. Francis University here at the Sewell Center. For my broadcast partner, Matt Kirk, I'm Adam Gusky. We'll talk to you again then.